Hey everyone, I'm Matt, and today we can go over how I made Digivice on Solidworks. Digimon was one of my favorite shows growing up, and I thought it would be fun to make a Digivice, and I even have an animation trying to mimic the evolution of Digimon. Just to clear things up though, I'm not an expert in Solidworks, so a lot of things you see here might not be the most efficient way. This is just the way that I've done it. But if you do want to download this model and edit it for yourself, or maybe digivolve it into another Digivice from later seasons, then I'll have a link in the description below. You'll go to the My Solidworks page where you'll be able to download it and then use it on your Solidworks if you have it. Now, I'm using a 2019 version, so any version before 2019 will not be able to open this file. So I'm just gonna bring this up and go to the features. I'm not gonna go to the dimensions just because you could just see that in the link in the description below. But I thought it'd be cool to actually just see the process behind it. So over here we have the foundation, just a normal box extrude, and I use this face as taking it as the front plate on the front face plane, and then I had a reference for thin cut over here. So if you notice, the sketch is still here because I didn't use it as a box extrude or a cut, mainly because I wanted kind of the outline of where I want the cuts to go. So after that, I made another sketch on the same plane, and then I just converted the entities that I wanted for that specific feature. So over here we have the circle cut using the reference cut over here, and then I made a plane. This one is a little bit offset from the front face plane, just because I wanted to get that loft for the circle in the middle. So this is the loft and screen reference. Again, I put both of these sketches at once and then just converted entities to make the extrudes and lofts. So this is extrude. You can see that this is a thin feature, so I used the thicken feature to have some kind of depth to it. Next up, I made the cut extrudes and a square cut for the screen, the outline for the buttons you see over here, and then just converting entities, and then we have these two cuts that just goes with those. Another plane. This was just so I can use it as reference for these box extrudes, for these buttons, and then making a little bit of outline. Again, adding more cuts, and then I didn't want to go through all. Instead, I made a mirror, so I can mirror this on the other side. Now, these dimensions are a little bit arbitrary. A majority of it is from going on Amazon and seeing how a Digivice, like the size of the Digivice was, and then using the Wikipedia page of the Digivice, seeing where all the cuts are and just eyeballing it, looking like this probably looks good. Added a couple planes as references, and these planes are for kind of like the satellite signal or the antenna of Digivice, and these planes are just being used just for box extrudes. So you can see that I just drafted a little bit in the box extrude and then put a dome on it to kind of circle everything out to make it look nice. After that, it's just all fillers and chamfers just to make it look nice. Over here, I made a box extrude, and I made sure that I didn't merge these things together, because that way I was able to delete this face or this solid body, and I was able to use it in other models as reference, and you see why I'm being assembly. So we're gonna go to assembly now, and this looks crazy, but let me explain this. You see, I had this idea that I wanted to create the animation, of whenever they do the Digi evolution, because that's like one of the most hyped moments in like the show, seeing your favorite Digimon evolve or Digivolve. And you can see all these screens. So before I mentioned that I had this boss extrude, this boss delete and keep, so instead, if you see here, I wanted to keep this solid body. So I used this feature to delete everything else, so it leaves this solid body, and then from there, what I did was I extruded, and you can barely tell it's extruded, a little piece for the Digi evolution animation. And over here, I patterned it because So you can see screen 4, there's 4 of these pieces. And then you can see over here that's why I have screen 1 to 8, 9, and then all the way up to 20. So I saved every single separate one just to have this. Now you also notice there's a little cheap thing I did where this was attached to here, but these extrudes were offset as you get later on, mainly because I didn't want it touching this face. It wouldn't look good. It would look like it's passing through it. But in the show, you don't see that. It actually just goes above it. So that's why I have it like that. Now, putting it all together, let me just minimize this and then go to the motion study over here. And let me just play this up. So you notice that I put a pause in here. This is so you have time to adjust your eyes before it actually goes to the animation. And if you see over here, a lot of it is just hiding each screen and then reappearing the screen, which took a little bit to actually get it all done. And I also have, if I press the spacebar, I have the Digivice start because they started around over here. And if I minimize it or move this back, you see that I tried to mimic as best as I could as a show. But if you also notice, it's also really not the best because, let me just play it again. It's really choppy. So when you play it, you can see it going through it, hiding all the bodies that I wanted, and then actually making bodies reappear. And I thought, okay, maybe I could make it smoother. So I wanted to see what it looked like without anything. So if I play this one I just copied over. You see, it's a lot more smooth because there's nothing to hide and nothing to like reappear, which is nice. But after a while of trying it, I got kind of tired. I'm like, I think this is good enough in my opinion. It looks good. You can't even tell like things are overlapping. At least you have to really try. I'm not sure if you notice of this over here, of this appearing and stuff, and so many screens going on at once. But yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. I made some, again, you could like save your own views, so have other save views for Start Mario. Just so that was one for Super Mario level I made. It was really cool. But that's all I want to show for this video. Again, if you want this model, I'm not sure I could put assembly in there, but I'll see if I can. It's just right now the only thing on there right now is this part. It's this part file. So again, you can download it, edit it, do whatever you want with it. It's all yours. And that's it for this video. I hope you all are taking care of yourself, and I'll talk to you again soon. See ya.